Lynx driving baseline. What a dive!
Wickham, how sweet was that? Step back three,
Wow.
Taylor George. She's got a flamethrower at the moment.
Shelley with a big triple.
It was acrobatic, it was impressive, it was Steph Talbot.
Jade Bell with the lefty lay-in. Capitals continue to roll. Perth have been unconscious from three. Alice Koenig connects.
She's pumped up, and so she should be.
Round 12 of the Signet WNBL continues in Perth. Prime time, the Red Hot Lynx hosting the Southside Flyers in the West. The visitors have been hit hard by injury woes in recent times, but come into this game knowing they pushed Perth to just 7 points the last time these two sides met. Knocking over the Lynx tonight, though, will be no easy task. Ryan Petrick's side sure to be smarting from Wednesday's loss to first-placed Bendigo. Prior to that, the Lynx had won 6 games on the trot, so they are a force to be reckoned with this season, and the Flyers face an almighty challenge to overcome the Lynx in Perth at HBF Stadium on a Saturday night. Hello and welcome wherever you're watching around the planet to WNBL action on 9 Now. Ben Waterworth with you, alongside WNBL Coach of the Year and former Opals assistant Laurie Chiswick. Laurie, prime time Perth. The Lynx love to put on a show, so we could be in for a bit of a show tonight this Saturday evening.
Well, they love playing in front of their home crowd. The type of style that they play, Ryan Petrick, fast-paced, up and down, shooting the ball. It's a fan favorite.
And they'll be wanting to bounce back after that loss to Bendigo on Wednesday night. It looked like they were right in it to knock over the Bendigo Spirit, but then the Spirit flexed their muscle in the final quarter and ran away with it, a 30-16 fourth term to register that 9-point win. Let's turn our attention to the Perth Lynx, because prior to that loss to Bendigo, Laurie, they'd been on a 6-game winning streak. They're heading and I suppose charging towards the finals at the moment. They're in such good form.
Well, they have, and whilst that was a loss, you know, a 9-point loss in Bendigo is not such a bad thing, and they would be worried about the way that, you know, Bendigo took over that game. But I tell you what, players like Kelly Wilson, she was exemplary in that game, 29.7
Ali Wilson, you mean?
Sorry,
yes.
Kelly Wilson didn't,
she was
Kelly
pretty
Wilson
solid.
Didn't even play. Ali Wilson, 29 points. She was exceptional.
And she, we've talked about it many times as well, but she really does suit this Ryan Petrick theme game style with aplomb, Laurie.
I think she is one of the quickest players in the league. Very explosive, can go coast to coast. Really uses her agility, her power. She can shoot the three, but she can get to the rack really easily as well.
From a Southside perspective, it's been a real struggle for them in recent times. They've lost 4 of their past 5 games, and then they get hit with some pretty nasty injuries as well. Beck Cole out for the rest of the season. Mickey Vaughan having a setback with her Achilles, so she's out for the rest of the season. It's they're almost limping towards the line a little bit, but that starting 5 still pretty strong, Laurie.
Well, when you mentioned Beck Cole, I spoke to her and was just asking her about her hamstring injury that put her out for the rest of the season. And she said, I did the splits and I can't do the splits. so that really explains the extent of her injury. And she'll be missed. She's a captain. She's the leader. She leads by example with this team. But you know what, Ben? When a team has this sort of adversity and players out, they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They could go out tonight and just play loose, have a bit of fun, and just see what happens, because nobody expects them to win tonight.
And there'll be a fair bit of responsibility in the shoulders of Naz Hillmont as well. But despite, I suppose, the troughs that Southside have found themselves in recent times in particular, she has been a pillar of consistency and quite dominant at times for the Southside Flyers.
Well, talk about dominance. In round 11 against Townsville, she had 27 points, 11 rebounds, and played all 40 minutes. But I love her demeanor. She doesn't get too high or too low. She seems to always have her game face. She's focused. I just worry about the load that she's had to take playing on the court with the absence of Carly Ernst, because it could be accumulative, and we know we're at the pointy end of the season.
Travis Stewart, Kyle Easter and Kathy Hay, your referees for tonight's game. And the starting 5 for the Southside Flyers, considering the personnel issues that they've got, will be Hillmon, Luffridge, Rochi, Alice Kunek and Tedder Reid as well. And yes, I suppose Rochi stepping up in the absence of Beck Cole from a leadership perspective as well. And in particular, Christy Harrower, you think would be wanting a big game from Maddie Rochi, who's been such a standout player in this competition for the past couple of seasons.
Well, to be honest, I think she's going to have a big game from the starters, all of them, all 5 of them.
Underway here at HBF Stadium. Annalie Maley involved early, misses the first field goal attempt, and we're going to get our first look on offense here for Southside with Maddie Rochi bringing the ball down the floor. There's Kunek linking up with Rochi. Back out for Kunek, guarded by Atwell. What a great matchup that's going to be throughout the night. Working her way through, Rochi with an early confidence booster in the first points of the game.
Well, really good. She had Amihar on her, who's quite agile and can defend smaller guards, but she was able to get by her.
Speaking of agile, here's Ali Wilson. Atwell, Amie here. Atwell pulls the trigger on the 3-ball attempt. Annalie Maley with the offensive rebound, doing what she does best.
There are a lot of mismatches on the court right now. Southside are really small, have to play some small ball out there, but they have to block out like they just did. But Perth's actually a big team. They've got some size out there.
Well played, Reid. Here's Kunek athletically and aggressively towards the rack. Knocked it away from Maley. Trickles out of bounds. Kunek and Maley. Certainly been part of the Aussie 3x3 setup over recent years. Those two players. Ali Wilson as well. Wilson throws that one away in the end. Nice body work there from Luffridge, ensuring no easy take there for Mila Soa.
Yeah, just a bit of a miscommunication there between the Lynx players.
So an early 2-0 advantage here for the Southside Flyers. Early stages of this one from Perth. The Lynx already have the series locked up between these two sides. They met back in round 1 and round 5. Wins for both the Lynx on that occasion.
I think that's a good look for Southside, is to get that ball inside to Hillman, as is at the other end to get the ball inside to Amihir.
Amihir gets Lynx first points of the game. A big season. The import for the Lynx. Rochi misfiring from 3-point land. An easy rebound for Amihir. Perth looking to play at pace early. Soa pulls up from the charity stripe, in and out. Another offensive rebound for Maley. Atwell in her natural habitat. Can't get that one to go.
And that's going to be the challenge for Southside, because Perth do have that size advantage. Every single shot they're going to have to be relentless with the blocking out, because we know the ability of an Annalie Maley to go after every single rebound.
Hillmon, long look. Wilson with the rebound. Maley, Amihir, thought about the 3. Wilson cutting towards the rack as well. Great defense here from Hillmon. No easy pass on offer. Soa trying to get around Luffridge, and Luffridge in the end is called for her first personal foul of the game.
That was a pretty smothering defense by Southside, and that's what they're going to have to do. They can't afford to let Perth get comfortable in their running game or their court-to-court game. They have to put pressure on them all the time, as we can see Alice Kunek all over Maley.
Amihir sets, shoots, can't knock it down. A third offensive rebound for Annalie Maley, and the points to go with. Asserting her authority early on this contest is the Susie Bakovic medalist. Rochi explodes the rack, misses, and then is denied by Amihir. Hillmon works her way inside and floats it in for 2. Nice response from Naz Hillmon. Maley getting it from Amihir, spins and couldn't get that one to go, but there was a foul called as Maley was shooting, and she will head to the line.
And that's the other thing that's going to be really important for the Flyers, is that they can't afford to get into foul trouble. They need these starters to play as many minutes as possible. Well, they've got an undersized, undermanned squad with them.
68% free throw shooter so far this season, Annalee Maley. Just such an explosive player. Only 3 times this season she hasn't had at least 10 rebounds in a game. That's 3 of 16 matches.
Yeah, well, she averages 11.4 rebounds a game, second in the competition.
Reed cutting along the baseline, and it sort of opened up for her in the end, and she took the easy 2.
Well, Tara Reid has a really explosive first step. She's got long legs. She can really cover a lot of distance.
Wilson cutting towards the rack. And me here, though, goes down the lane. Misses the short 2 attempt. Luffridge. Hillman. Rochi back for Hillman. Really good look for 3. And falling well short. Didn't look good off the hand.
No, it didn't.
Maley kicks up the tempo. Then kicks it out for Wilson. Finding a way through. Couldn't get the offensive rebound. Hillman with the 2-on-1 disadvantage. Rochi arrives, though, is fouled. Can't hit the 2, but she'll have 2 free throws to come.
So far, Southside have done a good job of slowing Perth down a little bit. They haven't had any of their trademark fast break, transition type baskets. And that's something that they're going to have to continue to do because Perth are just, that is one of their biggest weapons.
68% free throw shooter so far this season. Maddie Rochi averaging the 13 points per game, nearly the 5 assists, been a really consistent player. Basically since the hub season of 2020, she played with the Caps that season, then she's been very consistent with the Flyers over the past 4 seasons.
Perth had made a few subs in Chibatoni
Yep.
and Gorman.
No, Steph Gorman is deadly from 3-point territory. That is tough from Annalee Maley. Finishes superbly. Great start to the game for Maley. She has 6 points and 5 rebounds halfway through the first quarter. Kunek from deep. Again, another shot that's well off target.
Well, I think they should have worked it around a little bit more. The shot wasn't there initially. Keep it moving. Put some pressure on Perth's defense. See if they can play.
And me here pulls the trigger. She was basically all oxygen on that attempt. What can the Flyers do on offense here? Rochi reverses. Pretty move.
Wow, she's playing with a lot of confidence, Maddie Rochi.
Stepping up tonight as Maley lobs it in for Ali Wilson. Annalee Maley having a big start in this contest.
Well, not a lot Lockridge could do with that.
Kunek backing down. Trying to work her way towards the rack. Me here will take a seat. Our first look tonight at Matt Clinch-Hoycard. Talked about Steph Gorman's 3-point shooting ability just beforehand. Well, Matt Clinch-Hoycard is just as lethal from 3-point territory. Reed, Rochi, Kunek. Good look here for Alice Kunek, in and out. But a strong rebound from Hillman. And Kunek with authority into the lane. Quick ball movement. Rochi from way downtown, can't get it to go.
I didn't mind either of those 2 shots. I thought it was a really good look, but there's that kick ahead by Perth, but caught Clinch-Hoycard off guard, and there's Hillman finishing it off on the fast break.
Good start here for Southside.
Certainly is.
Odds well against them, but they've got the early break here, only by a bucket, but going toe-to-toe with the Lynx early stages here. Smothering defense and trying to make the most of it offensively. Hillman gets the offensive rebound. Can't get the second chance opportunity to drop, though. Ali Wilson at speed. Can't get that one. As expected, Perth playing high octane as Gorman is called for the foul. 3rd team foul on the Lynx in this opening quarter. Season number 8 in the WNBL for Maddie Rocci, coming off the 14 points against the Townsville Fire last round. Beautiful pass from Hillmon to Rocci. Rocci's had a good start to this one.
Well, she has. She's finished really strongly on those layups, but that's something Perth's got to take away from her.
Gorman misses. Maley with another rebound and more points. Might be coming her way by the free throw line. Rocci up to 8 points for Southside.
Annalie Maley is just phenomenal to watch. The way she positions her body in the key when a shot goes up and how she tracks the ball and is just a magnet coming up with those O boards and then going up for, you know, finding herself at the line now. It's just phenomenal. Kind
of player that you want to play with because you know exactly what you're going to get every game from Annalie Maley, Laurie.
Well, and you know that if you shoot the outside shot and it doesn't go in, she's there to clean up the rebounds and either kick it out for another opportunity or go up herself.
Connects on both free throw attempts. Annalie Maley. So she's 4 of 4 from the free throw line already. Clinch Hoycard coming across to knock it out of bounds.
You could see that Perth just extended their defense on a made foul shot. Flyers were lucky there they didn't turn it over.
2:44 to play. Maley already has 8 points and 8 rebounds in this one. Kunek misses. There's a foul on the rebound attempt, though, against the Lynx.
I have to say there's probably been 6 points worth of layups that perhaps the Flyers could have made, a couple by Hillmon.
It's going to be the 15th foul on the Lynx in this quarter. Chipotoni was the one guarding Kunek on that occasion, and Alice Kunek will be heading to the charity stripe. Stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank. Kunek connects on both free throw attempts. That's her first points of the night, and the Flyers hold a 16-12 lead. Maley, Ali Wilson again in the post, out to Clinch Hoycard. Deep off the hand. Rocci, Hillmon. Tough finish on the inside. This lead continues to build for Southside.
Oh, that was a good take by Hillmon. She just had no question that she was going to take it right at Clinch Hoycard.
Soa, that was a nice bit of footwork there from Mila Soa, but she can't connect, and the Lynx at the moment 4 of 17 from the field. Kunek at the other end, can't hit the 3. Maley with another rebound. But well played in the end by Taya Burrows to knock it away, force the turnover, give Southside another look at the offensive end of the floor. They're on a strong run here.
Hillmon recognizes a mismatch with Chibotoni.
Travelled, unfortunately, for the Flyers. Like you said, case with the referee. Southside Flyers, you mentioned they had nothing to lose coming into this game, Laurie, and they're playing with that kind of mentality at the moment, and Maddie Rocci's kind of personifying that at the moment.
Definitely.
Me here back on the floor, Tage Morell on the floor for the Lynx. Chibotoni into the lane, kicking it out for Soa. Yes.
She is just money from the three-point land.
Much needed triple as well for the Lynx. It's their first three-pointer of the game after 8 attempts. At the other end, Luffridge responds emphatically. Dallas Luffridge with her first points of the game. And me here comes through. Hillmon knocks it out of bounds. Six points, 3 rebounds, and a block to go with Naz Hillmon's opening quarter. She'll take a seat. Potch will come onto the floor.
Probably giving Hillman just an extended break with the quarter time coming up.
Soa, can she make it 2 in a row? Yes, she can.
Why not? Get the ball in her hands. She loves playing in front of her home crowd.
When she gets going, she is hard to stop from the three-point territory. If Atwell doesn't get you, so am I. Love those players at the bench. Rochi, ambitious shot as time ticked down in this first quarter, and there's no shot clock remaining. So the Lynx could have the final say. Burrows not making it easy here for Chibatoni, but Chibatoni finds a way through. Reed just fouled at the wrong time. It's the 4th team foul on the Flyers.
Not a bad foul. She shouldn't go to the line. It should be before. I don't think there was any sort of shot. She was looking to pass it, so.
So are the danger. She's hit the last 2 3-pointers. Here she is, closely guarded by Reed. Trying to get free. Kicks it out for Ami here, who puts it up and misses. But that's a promising opening quarter from the Southside Flyers, the 8th place team.
First to do it wins the basketball. You ready? Just say yes. There we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, just up, bouncing it up here. There we go. You go all the way to half court. She is good, Austin. She is good. All right, go to the end one, then come on back. This could create an issue in the family. All right, Summer, here we go. Oh, go again, Austin. Come on. Close. Keep going, keep going. Come on, Summer. Oh, Summer gets that. Summer, you've won yourself the side Lynx ball because we don't want to break up the family, so we give something to Austin as well. Give him a round of applause. Well done. All thanks to 4 dealers. Start your journey to future stardom by joining Ford Aussie Hoops program near you. Well done, guys.
Welcome back to HBF Stadium. It's quarter time. It's the Southside Flyers holding a 21-18 lead over the Perth Lynx. Ben Waterworth with you, alongside WNBL Coach of the Year, former Opals assistant Laurie Chiswick. Impressive first quarter from the travelling side.
Well, it absolutely is. They've come out, as we said, they're looking pretty loose. They're looking to attack, especially Maddie Rochi, getting herself to the rack downhill numerous times and finding an open lane. So they're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Rochi has the 8 points. Ilmon has the 6. Whereas for the Lynx, 8 points and 9 rebounds already for Annalie Maley. Almost a double-double in 1 quarter alone. Rochi trying to bank it in off the glass. No love for her. Atwell with the rebound in the end. Starters back on the floor for Perth Lynx as Atwell, in the end, sees parted for her and an easy first bucket for Amy Atwell.
I don't know that they're going to get any easier than that for Atwell.
Reed, she pulls up mid-range and knocks it down.
There was some good high post screens there for Reed to come off of that.
Atwell trying to get free for the 3. Ami here inside. No foul call. Good defense from Rochi. Kunek for Burrows. That was awesome.
She just turned on the burners those last few steps, and Alice Kunek timed that pass perfectly, just slightly in front of her so she could collect it and finish off.
Great acceleration from Taya Burrows. She gets her first points of the game. As Laurie mentioned, Alice Kunek with the assist, her first assist of the game. Southside Flyers with a 25-20 lead. And me here. Ali Wilson. Just trying to get something going on offense as Wilson somehow comes up with a long range too.
I was just going to say, Perth looked a little disjointed in that play phase, and then Ali Wilson just goes, well, maybe we are. I better just shoot it.
Great signs for Christy Harrower's side at the moment. Burrows, Kunek, Rochi. 5 to shoot here. Hillmon. Long range attempt drops. The Southside Stars stepping up in the West tonight. A bit to think about here for Ryan Petrick. Things not going all his side's own way early. And me here can't get the pick and roll offense going with Ali Wilson. Turnover. Kunek lobbing it for Hillmon. And me here read it well though. Didn't have a lot of speed on the pass though. Might prove costly. Ali Wilson for 3.
Yes.
It does prove costly at the other end. Coming off a 29-point haul a few nights ago, Ali Wilson in some hot form. Amihi committed to that attempt. It led to a Reed
great
3.
rebound.
A Hillmon rebound. Reed second time lucky.
Good second effort. And Ryan Petrick won't be happy with that because that's just keeping them in the game. Really good effort by Hillmon. Wasn't blocked out enough. Saw Reed wide open at the three-point line. Kicked it out to her and she was rewarded.
Make sure you're following all the live stats of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out some game highlights, team info and player info, and much more. So download it from your preferred app store today. So I suppose the natural question now is to ask what's going through Ryan Petrick's head. But I suppose if you're Christy Harrower right now, considering the personnel issues in terms of availability, Laurie, you should be stoked with what her team's putting up right now.
Absolutely, and that's all you can ask for of your players when you come out is to, as long as you're going hard, you're playing hard at both ends of the court, you're playing together as a team, which they are, and they're looking for each other. They're setting some good screen. There's good movement. Should be really happy with that effort. You know, they have to keep Maley off the rebound. She's got off the board. She's got 9 boards already. But there's a lot of positives for them for that first quarter.
Yeah, it has the 9 rebounds, Annalie Maley, but Southside still lead the rebound count 17 to 16. So going toe-to-toe there. And, the Southside Flyers going at 41% from the field compared to the Lynx 34%. Here's Soa. Pick and roll action with a me here. Nice defense from Hillmon. She gets the rebound as well. 5 rebounds, 6 points. Naz Hillmon. Oh, Rochi's left wide open, and Perth are made to pay.
Well, she set a little back pick for Hillmon to come off of her, and the defense was worried about Hillmon, and then Rochi just popped straight out there for a wide open look.
She's up to 11 points already. Maddie Rochi, big game from her. Southside lead by game high 9. Ali Wilson keeps her balance and finger rolls it in. Reader, though, at the other end is left wide open, and Perth defensively got some issues.
Well, they do. That's D-Trans, and Southside are giving Perth a little bit of their own medicine because right now they're looking to run and kick the ball ahead and get some open looks.
Ali Wilson well off target, trying to follow up her own shot off the glass. Nothing forthcoming. Oh, Rochi's this time wide open. Something's got to change for the Lynx. Ryan Petrick has called a timeout. He's seen enough. The Southside Flyers with a 13-point advantage early stages in the second.
Well, their D-Trans is non-existent, Perth. They're not running back and talking and pointing and matching up on players. They're being very complacent about that, and Southside are hurting them at every opportunity.
And is it somewhat concerning as well? This is the starting fives on the floor at the moment for the Perth Lynx.
Yeah, no, I think that I'm sure it's not the offensive end, but the defensive end for the Lynx. They really need to start slowing the ball down, talking on defensive transition, matching up earlier, at least forcing them off the three-point line, running out at them, but something different. That's just two wide open looks out of transition.
Calling all sports teams, say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport, who are 100% committed to delivering excellence in their field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. Learn more at ctmsport.com.au. Big second quarter from Southside, 19-9 so far in this second quarter to extend their lead out to 40 points. Here's Rochi on screen with 14, but Tedder Reid has really come alive as well. She has the 10 points, including 2 of 3 from three-point territory. Chibatoni on the floor, as is Gorman for Perth. And a change of personnel, tweak things and their fortunes. Chibatoni was fouled in the act of shooting, so she will head to the line.
That was an experienced shot or play by Chibatoni. She just could tell that Lockridge was on her shoulder, sort of went into her in the shot, and certainly knew she was going to get fouled.
73% free throw shooter so far this season, Alex Chibatoni.
Nobody's missed a free throw yet from either team.
She's scored in every game that she's played so far this season, Alex Chibatoni. Such a terrific asset off the bench. Luffridge, long range 2, misses. So the Lynx get the stop they desperately need. Ami here catches, is fouled. Trying to put the Southside defence under pressure. That quick lob into the key. Still 5.5 left to play. The Flyers already up to 40 points. Maley. Gorman. Ami here. Long range attempts.
And there is Maley again.
5th offensive rebound for Annalie Maley. She doesn't find a teammate. She is a workhorse at the moment. 8 points, 11 boards overall already for the Star. Had double-doubles in both of Perth's previous 2 meetings against the Southside Flyers. It's 2 points away from completing the hat-trick. Right now, though, she's got much more pressing issues. Reid, almost a good foul for the Lynx in the end, because if Reid was through there, she would be in a good position to score.
Well, Annalie Maley sort of lunged out to try and get the steal, and Tara Reid recognized she was out of position and then just punched it in and got fouled.
Second quarter from Reid. Starting 5 all out there at the moment for the Flyers. Rochi can't connect. Ali Wilson doing a fair bit of work off the glass tonight. Rebound number 4 for her. Ami here v Hillmon. This has been a great matchup at this end of the floor early. And Hillmon, you have to say, has got the points early. Perth crowd stunned here. Luffridge finds a way through. Defense arrived at the right time for Perth to...
Chibatoni came over across from the split line and just enough pressure to throw her shot off.
Eight to shoot here for Ali Wilson. Fading away. Can't get that one to go. And good body position there from Alice Kunek. Hope you're enjoying this Southside Flyers, fans at home. It's late on the East Coast. Your team is putting up a mighty effort. Hillmon misfires. Perth getting away with a couple, although Maley's turned it straight over to Luffridge. Hillmon wants it. Then beautiful cut inside of Rochi. She will head to the free throw line, but ball movement and offense from the Flyers has been very impressive in this second term.
It certainly has a ball movement, and then just lost vision on her player, Maddie Rochi. Great cut to the basket, strong movement. And that's what they need to continue to have: ball movement, player movement.
14 points so far for Maddie Rochi.
I have to say, Perth looked a little flat to me, and maybe it was the, you know, the build-up of that game in Bendigo on Wednesday night, and playing the top team and testing themselves and coming oh so close other than that fourth quarter. But they need to find the energy. They need to, you know, produce something a little bit more than they have so far. And that'll help. Nice finish by Clinch Hogarth.
Such a versatile player, can get you on the outside or the inside, as we just saw then. Clinch Hogarth. Tage Morell also on the floor. So Perth, can their bench players spark them here? Rochi, though, is playing a terrific game.
Well, she is. Again, that was a drive, and she keeps her eyes up, her head up. Little hesitation in her dribble just to see what the defense was doing.
Ali Wilson, though, responds at the other end with a triple.
That is her fourth triple, Ali Wilson, or sorry, not her fourth, her third triple in this game.
Working hard off the glass at the defensive end as well. Kunek spinning, scoring. Just have a response for every Lynx challenge at the moment to the Southside Flyers. Nice delayed pass there from Morell. Gorman couldn't fire though. And then Hillmon just found herself uncontested underneath the rack and gets the two.
That's just a hustle energy play by the Flyers. Good find, good running by Hillmon to the point of the rim.
And then she gets the hand in at the right time to force the turnover. And Rochi calls for calm with 2 minutes left in this second quarter. What a second quarter it's been by the Flyers. And Alice Kunek continues their hot streak. What a performance from Southside in this first half. Chibatoni for Morell. And Rochi is called for the foul. Probably not a bad foul in the end. Southside have stunned Perth in this opening 2 quarters.
Well, we knew this season, this tail end of it was crazy as far as, you know, how teams come out, whether they're ready to play. You just would not have thought that this was going to be the case. And I mean, there's a long ways to go, but you cannot fault Southside for the way they've come out and attacked this game.
Morell connects on both free throws. And Mihir will come onto the floor to replace Morell. 14-point differential. Favour of the 8th placed Flyers. Nice pass inside to Hillmon. It came from Rock, who's just stepped onto the floor for the first time. And what an opening possession from her. Ali Wilson almost is doing it on her own back for the Lynx at the moment.
She certainly is. She is keeping them at all within close range.
14 points for her. Rock misses that one. Atwell back on the floor for the Lynx. Ali Wilson, she's feeling it. Can't get that long-range attempt to go. Mihir almost got the offensive rebound. We're into the final minute of this second quarter. Uffridge contemplated the three. Reed, though, went for Kunek, who wanted the foul. No call came from the referee. We've got a 6 or 7 second differential between game clock and shot clock. Ali Wilson played a lone hand in this second quarter almost for Perth. Has 4 seconds to shoot, uses up all the shot clock. She gets to the rack. Count the points, I think.
They did. The referee indicated to count the basket.
And she can make it a 3-point play.
Timeout calls. We welcome Callum.
There will be a timeout, though, just before the free throw shot from Ali Wilson. She has an opportunity to take her tally to 17 points for the first half. I suppose that's a positive, though, from a Lynx perspective, though, Laurie. There's a lot of players who can have room to improve quite substantially in the second half.
Oh, absolutely. And we know how prolific the scorers are with Perth, that they can just pile on points really quickly. They're first in the competition for points scored, averaging 86. So, you know, it's you know, there's so much of this game is left, but credit to the Flyers. I mean, 52 points in this first half is pretty phenomenal.
Ford dealers are all about supporting the game here in Australia. From Ford Aussie Hoops to the WNBL, Ford has been backing Aussie sports and communities for nearly 100 years. So when you're ready to hit the court, your local Ford dealer is here to help you get to the game.
That last foul on Hillman means she has 2 fouls,
Right.
so she certainly doesn't want to get another one in this last 10 seconds.
We've talked obviously about the Flyers not being as tall as they have been in previous games this season due to personnel, so Hillman will keep herself out of foul trouble. Great steal from Maley. Can't get the 2 to go. Gosh, Alice Kunek guarded that Sporting really closely. Can they put an exclamation point on the half? They can. Reed beats the buzzer in the end, and the Flyers finish with 54 points for the half and a 13-point lead. Against all odds, Southside lead the Perth Lynx at halftime. Some halftime analysis from Laurie Chiswick on the other side of this from HBF Stadium.
Need the composure. Jackson blows the roof off. Wow. It's LJ the GOAT. There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business.
Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Need the composure. Jackson blows the roof off. Wow. It's LJ the GOAT. There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business.
Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Get closer to the game with the free WNBL app.
Clark with the N1.
Check out the fixture and grab your tickets.
What a finish to the third quarter.
Catch game highlights. Stay connected to your favorite player or team. And follow live game stats. Anytime, anywhere.
Cole backs 2 more.
The WNBL app is where it's at. Download now.
Celebrating 50 years of sneakers?
For a delicious dinner that disappears and lets you squeeze in one more episode before bed. Pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight.
Ford dealers have backed sport in communities for nearly 100 years. And now, from the Boomers and Opals to Aussie Hoops, your local Ford dealer is proud to support basketball. Because all dreams start somewhere.
Halftime here at HBF Stadium, and we have a boil over on our hands. Undermanned, but the Southside Flyers really taking it up to the Perth Lynx. They hold a 54-41 win. Not going to script if you're a Perth Lynx fan at the moment, but still ample room to improve for Ryan Petrick's side. Ben Waterworth with you alongside Laurie Chiswick. I don't think we predicted this scoreline at halftime pre-game.
No, absolutely. I mean, we always knew that Southside perhaps could be competitive, but they've not only been competitive, they've dominated. If it wasn't for Perth and Ali Wilson scoring 17 points, they would be in real strife right now. And we said that they would play loose because they have nothing to lose. Nobody really expects them to, probably except themselves. And so they're playing that way. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Maddie Rocci, 17 points, the way she's driving into the key with such, freedom. Perth really need to pick up their defensive intensity. No question about that.
Oh, they certainly do. We mentioned that a number of times throughout that contest, throughout the second quarter as well. So they scored 33 points in that second quarter, Southside. It's their best quarter of the season. It was a very impressive performance. Rocci has the 17. Kunek has been really strong off the glass, but also feeding her teammates as well. She has the 7 rebounds as well. Still plenty of time, though, for the Perth Lynx to make up that margin, but the Southside Flyers have made a promising start away from their home floor. Time now to look back at last round and check out the plays of the round.
Sharp straight down the keyway, high off the window and in.
Rush there. Unger. Big block from Turner.
Oh, the response down the other end is huge from Atwell.
The spin. The points are going to count. Hoop plus the harm. And Alex Fowler will go to the line for one more.
Trapped down that sideline. How they release Shelley. Audacious. Bingo!
Oh, that's what happens when you are confident.
Collision on the sports field can be the equivalent of a 60-kilometre-an-hour crash. A stray elbow can travel as fast as 30 kilometres an hour, more than enough to knock out teeth. Things you don't want to worry about while you're in the game. Game Guardian is Perth's safest and easiest sports mouthguard. Order online, get fitted pretty much anywhere in Perth, and we'll deliver your mouthguard to your door. Keep your teeth in your head and your head in the game. GameGuardian.com.au. Drink drive, it's not worth the risk. Authorised by the State Government of Perth. Just like you trust your best mate, you can trust the team at IMA. The tradies insurance you can trust. Give IMA a visit today. They're the tradies, mate. That's IMA.
Welcome back to HBF Stadium, not too far away from a start here in the third quarter. The Southside Flyers are holding a 13-point advantage, 54-41. And Ben Waterworth with you alongside Laurie Chiswick and Maddie Rochi. A great game so far statistically, but you can just see from her attitude and her body language, she's leading this team with aplomb tonight.
Well, she's leading it at both ends of the court, so she's certainly controlling the tempo offensively. As you know, you could just see there she was looking her vision, trying to see if her teammates was open or if she had a good shot. So she's been really impressive. She hasn't overshot the ball. She's got her 17 points at 46%, a couple of threes in there. She's got 2 fouls, so they'll want to make sure she stays on the court, but she has been really good at leading this team. In the absence of Beck Cole, who we mentioned earlier on is out for the rest of the season with her hamstring injury. Very undermanned, but you could not have asked for a better half from Southside.
Now you may notice today that players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. This band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence. This season, the WNBL, its clubs, athletes and the Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue because enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible, and when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Learn how you can be part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia, number on your screen as well as the QR code. What do you want to see, Laurie, as we get this third quarter underway to start with from the Perth Lynx?
I want to see more energy. You know, that's what they are known for, that style of play of pace and space that they play with, and they just seem flat to me. So they need to get going at the defensive end. You know, they can play some good defense out there. Ryan Petrick talks about that, and they're probably in the top 4 defensively. So they need to bring that defense so that they can then start running and play their style of game.
Ali Wilson has been terrific for Perth so far, but she needs a couple of helpers to come with her. One of them with ample room to lift is Amy Atwell. Soa spins and scores on the left.
Well, that's the other thing. They have a height advantage in so many positions, so they need to take advantage of that as well.
Hit a couple of threes in that first half. Mila Soa showing on that occasion what she can do on the inside. Hillmon trying to catch. It's deemed off her hand, so a Perth ball. Good start for them with a stop. And a baseline ball coming up for them. Annalie Maley, 8 points and 13 rebounds in that opening half. Atwell. Wilson. It's the screen from Ami here. Retreats back to Maley. 7 to shoot here for Maley. Loves that shot. The free throw line, but that one doesn't go, and Luckridge able to bring it away. But it's deemed off the hands of Reed, so a second consecutive turnover forced by the Perth Lynx.
And that's what they need. They need to come out this the start of the second half and display that defensive intensity.
Soa. Wilson. Atwell in the corner. Trying to get going. Thinking he would have missed that release. It was so quick. Big first half from Naz Hillmon. 13 points for her. Reed also strong, particularly from deep. Rochi is 4 to shoot. Works her way into the lane and gets the lucky roll.
Good patience by Maddie Rochi. There wasn't a lot of movement from her teammates on the court.
Soa accelerates and draws the contact. A couple of free throws coming up for Mila Soa.
And that's what Perth need. They need somebody other than Ali Wilson to really step up. You can see Soa there really rounding that corner with a lot of determination and eyes up on her target, and finds herself at the foul line where she is a 92% foul shooter.
I can say that she's a very efficient free throw shooter. Gets to the free throw line quite a fair bit as well.
And Perth are 10 for 10 from the line right now. Make that 11 from 11.
It's a quarter of their score basically at the moment. And another turnover by the Flyers committed in the first 2 minutes of this quarter. Yes, it was a great opening quarter, but to produce a 4-quarter performance, considering the circumstances, is another matter for Southside. They're relying very heavily on their starting 5 tonight, the Flyers. Ami here, guarded by Hillman. Falling short, still hasn't hit the rim, but in the end, Southside Flyers bring it away, and Reed accelerates and kicks it out for Lockridge. Now Rochi assesses. Kunek trying to catch with Ali Wilson for company. Puts it up for 3. Misfiring in the end. Ali Wilson has Atwell to her left. Puts it up herself. Couldn't get that one to go. She has been efficient from the field tonight, Ali Wilson. Rochi trying to make something happen. Hillmon with another offensive rebound. Kunek for 3. So Southside just not able to find their offensive rhythm in the first 3 minutes of this third term.
Well, at halftime, they were shooting the 3 ball at 50%, 7 from 14, so that certainly helps. Good blocking out by Hillman there on Ami here.
And a great battle between those two, Ami here and Hillman in this contest. Here's Hillman going down the baseline here, showing good patience, but couldn't hit the 2. Ami here did well to gather and then give it off to Wilson. But it is deemed a foul.
I think it's an offensive
Yeah, I think it's an offensive
charge.
foul. Ami here was trying to pass it back to Ali Wilson in the end, and Rochi took the contact.
Put her body on the line for the team, Maddie Rochi.
Big win there for the stand-in skipper. He's played a mighty game. Trying to free up Hillman. Kunek, Hillman, Rochi. The trio combining well. Hillman gets it back. Ali Wilson athletically comes in for the rebound. Board number 5 for her. Ami here has a cutting Maley. Wilson pick and roll here with Ami here.
Great help coming across by Alice Koenig.
Didn't give away the foul either. Big win
Woo!
for her. What about the handles there of Reed? On her way through to the hoop.
Crossover, nice. The ball nice and low to the ground. Really good crossover.
She's shown great energy tonight. Getting around Atwell on that occasion. Couple of fouls in the Lynx. Reed catches. Gets it back from Lockridge in the end. Can't get the left-hand finish to go. Choi card in the end, can't keep it inbound, so a fresh 14 seconds here for the Southside Flyers to work with.
Oh, the scoring rate for both teams is really dried up right now.
4-2 in favour of Perth this quarter. Koenig trying to make it happen, frustrated with herself there that couldn't find Rochi, but fortuitously has gone off Lynx hands.
Flyers just need to do the easy things that they were doing in that first half. Right now they're trying to thread the needle a little bit with some really tough passes.
Koenig works away inside and draws the contact. And they are working really hard. Those 5 players on screen right now for Southside are working really hard. All played 21 plus minutes. You sense there's not going to be a lot of rotations by the Flyers as we tick towards full time here. Fatigue, you sense, Laurie, potentially come into it for the Southside Flyers?
Well, normally I would say absolutely yes, and especially playing a team like Perth who want to run and push and that at every opportunity. But we really haven't seen that from Perth yet tonight. They're playing more of a slowed down control game, which is really interesting.
Chippertoni for Gorman, who's on the floor here. Trying to get some movement going. Chippertoni, in the end, great patience shown by her and able to get that 2 to go. Hillman goes to work, but she travelled on that occasion. Just picking up on that point, Laurie, hard to know, but you're not in the camp, but do you sense that's deliberate from Ryan Petrick, or a Southside making Perth probably play a little bit uncharacteristic?
I don't think Ryan Petrick is very firm on his style of play, and you know, even when they're not hitting shots, it's, you know, he lives and dies by what he thinks and believes in, and so I have to give some credit to Southside, the way they're playing and stopping their run, but it also comes down to you know, they're not getting very many stops. And when they run is when they can get a good rebound, an outlet, somebody streaming down the lane, and you know, really exploring that first 8 seconds of the shot clock.
Oh, good hand in there from Maley. Lockridge was waiting for it in the corner. 11 seconds on the shot clock here for the Southside Flyers to work with. As Laurie mentioned, scoring has dried up in this quarter. Lockridge into the lane. Get that 1 to go. Still hold an 11-point lead despite scoring just the 4 points in this quarter. Southside Flyers, they're winning the grind at the moment. Rochi, caught in 2 minds in the end and travelled. A couple of players on the outside after working away into the key. 19 points for Maddie Rochi tonight. Clinch Hoy card for Ali Wilson. So athletic. Great hit from Ali Wilson. Takes her tally to 19 points. Timeout is called here at HBF Stadium as the Lynx reduce the margin into single digits.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 220. And we're going to get this side right behind to get them powered up. Now, Gav, your camera, I think, is
For a quick and easy weeknight dinner that the whole family will enjoy, pick up a family pack of Latina fresh pasta and sauce ready in minutes, and so delicious, there won't be any complaints at the dinner table. Find Latina Fresh in a chilled pasta aisle near you. So Ryan Petrick has a chance to address his side. Within 9 points now, but it has felt like a bit of an arm wrestle in this third quarter, Laurie.
Well, for both teams, you know, neither have had really clear looks at the basket, or they haven't dropped. I mean, again, we've said it before, Allie Wilson is really holding the ship down for the Lynx. But, you know, one of the stats I noticed at halftime for the Flyers was that they had 15 assists for the half. You know, they usually average only 16 or 16.7 for the game, so they need to go back if they want to maintain this lead on the Flyers, and they will get tired, as we talked about this starting five playing big minutes. They need to do the simple things. They need to keep that player and ball movement and really work together.
Got to get into the front end of the floor, and they ran out of time. In the end, good hustle defense off the timeout from the Perth Lynx, and they forced the turnover. What can Perth do off the turnover now? Chibatoni loses her opponent, then took a step too far. Argues her case with the referee. She's looked good on the inside tonight, Alex Chibatoni driving in. So too is Maddie Rocci. 7 to 15 from the field for Rocci. Kunek threw it away.
Great anticipation by Gorman.
Has Wilson to her left, finds her. Can she hit? Yes, she can! Big game from Allie Wilson.
She is outstanding in this game.
Third triple for her, 22 points on the night so far. Lynx, just like that, back within 6. For all of Southside's hard work, Hillman gets the lucky roll. Perth have been able to find a way right back into this contest.
Well, we shouldn't be that surprised with Allie Wilson, because against the top-ranked Bendigo, she scored 29 points, so she is just continuing her fine form.
Almost adding another 2 to her tally. She still has that chance coming up at the free throw line. She's been around in this league for a long time, Allie Wilson, but we saw her go to a new level at Bendigo, but that's gone to an even greater output at the Perth Lynx. Suits the Ryan Petrick style superbly. You just sense she's as fit as she's ever been as well.
I agree 100%. I think she's playing her best basketball. I love how explosive she is, how confident she is.
She has the 23 points tonight. Taya Burrows having a run on the floor here. She's got the Sporting now. Finds Reed for Kunek. Kicks it out for Rocci. And then steps back for 3. And Burrows gets the long offensive rebound. Take 2 for Rocci. Can't get it to go. Kunek, great desperation. Another fresh 14 seconds for the Flyers to work with. Rocci guarded by Chibatoni. Kunek for 3. Boom!
Finally one for the team, and finally one for Alice Kunek.
2 of 7 from three-point territory for Alice Kunek tonight. And the Flyers back out to a 10-point lead. And that was all down, Laurie, to that desperation off the offensive glass. And me here back on the floor. Wilson, Gorman. Back for Wilson. She is almost a one-woman show for Perth at the moment.
She is.
Up to 25. Kunek, though, at the other end. Can't get that one to go. Amihi did all the hard work boxing out, and Chibatoni arrived to lend a hand. Gorman. Clinch Hoykar, quick release. Well off. And Rochi kicks up the tempo. Burrows, Hillman all alone. Draws in a me here and then gets the two and will head to the line to shoot an extra.
Well, there's life in both teams now. I thought we were going to have a 4-2 quarter there for a while there, Ben, but both teams have come to life at the offensive end.
Naz Hillman takes her tally to 17. 9 rebounds as well.
I have to say, to me, there's a noticeable difference with the Flyers and their focus this game. They seem to be not, I thought in their last game, their loss to Townsville, they focused on the referees too much.
Okay.
The calls that were made and did just get on with the next play, but haven't seen any of that this game whatsoever. They just look focused on the next play at hand.
Soa back on the floor for Perth, as is Morel. The two players combined there. Morel, nice step. Doesn't get the love she was after off the glass, but Annalie Maley coming up with the offensive rebound. Final minute of this third quarter. Soa, tough. We know how good she is from three-point land, showing how adept she is on the inside on that occasion. 9-point advantage the Southside Flyers hold. Rochi showed good anticipation and patience, but left-hand finish missed. Final 6 seconds. Ball in good hands as well. Mila Soa, she's got to put it up. Works away to Morel, who gets it off just in time. Buzzer beater for Perth, and the momentum they need as we turn for home here at HBF Stadium.
Well, I think everybody thought that Soa was going to shoot the ball, and the defense were just focused on her, and a nice little dump pass into Morel.
Come on, no, just give it some pace. Give it some pace. There we go. No. No. Keep it going. Keep it going. Got to get to here. Come on, run out of time. Here we go. Just go this way. Go forward. Forward. Keep going. Just go here. Now go back. First one back. Turn around. Go back. First one to the other line wins. Come on. Just go straight. Come on. No. Finish the game! Come on, what are you doing to me? What are you... Finish it, come on, we're going to do it! For the first time ever, it's been finished! I didn't know the prizes on this exciting. Give them a round of applause. Who's the blue? Winner. Big thank you to you guys who got yourself a prize. Losing your license up and getting called not cool, just don't leave the drink drive. Well done to the girls. Won yourself something awesome.
1 quarter left here at HBF Stadium on a Saturday night. The Southside Flyers have been mighty just against all the odds. They lead by 7 points at three-quarter time. It was an 18-12 third quarter in favour of Perth. Laurie Chiswick. Both teams offensively came to life late in the quarter. And now this starting five for Southside, which has worked hard all night, have got to go one more quarter.
Well, that's the thing. They can't go into their shell and play not to lose. They have to continue to play to win this game, if that makes sense.
Buckridge works her way through. Drew some contact on the way. First team foul on the Lynx.
So Morel's in there starting instead of, for this fourth quarter, instead of Emmy here.
Yep. Hillman catches, can't score. Maley with her 18th rebound of the night. And she draws the contact. much to the frustration of the Southside Flyers. Wilson with 25 points for Perth, whereas for the Southside Flyers, really nice spread. Rochi 19, 18 Hillmont, 12 each for Kunek and Reed. Wilson for Morel, good pick and roll. Morel draws the contact. Burrows a bit frustrated at the call. Second team foul for Southside. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you're watching around the planet, particularly if you're on the East Coast. Southside fans staying up late. 7:30 start time local for Perth. Nice move from Soa. Found some space. That's all she needed, and she hit it.
She was still in motion when she shot that ball. She was great off that little handoff.
Cuts the lead to 4. Perfect start for Perth. Luckridge. Yes!
What an answer.
All nylon. But at the other end, Amy Atwell hits her first triple.
I was just thinking, where's Amy Atwell been? We haven't seen a lot of her. We haven't seen a lot of her shooting. And then she shows up in the start of the fourth quarter.
Triple, triple, triple. And essentially on the 30 seconds to start this quarter. We know that both of these teams are high scorers, both in the top 3 scoring teams in the competition. It was certainly looking like that shootout style for the first half before we hit an arm wrestle in the third quarter. And roaring to life at the start of the fourth. Rochi throws it away. Atwell gets the steal. Ali Wilson feeds Atwell. Soa. Atwell. 4-3. Amy Atwell at her absolute best.
Well, if the crowd wasn't alive in those first 3 quarters, they should come alive now because their team is knocking them down from the three-point line.
Pressure now on Southside. Rochi, Reed, into the lane. Back out for Hillman. Must hit, can't hit. Ali Wilson. What a game she has played tonight. Trying to get around Hillman. Now Morel wants Soa to create. Soa into the lane. Creates a scoring opportunity, but no bucket. And the tempo is lifted at the start of this fourth quarter.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm not sure that Southside they can afford to get into that sort of tempo game, that run and push, because their starters have all played big minutes, and that's Perth style. That's their bread and butter. So I think Southside would be better off slowing it down a little bit and make Perth play 20 seconds of defense and then look at their shots.
Taya Burrows comes from the floor and Alice Kunek steps back onto the floor. Kunek for Rochi, draws in the defense, goes herself, but Ali Wilson rejected it away. At both ends of the floor, she's been enormous. Atwell for Maley, for Atwell. Oh, that is a lucky foul for the Flyers because Amy Atwell had an uncontested three-point attempt coming up.
All of a sudden there is just this energy exuding from Perth, which we really hadn't seen the first 3 quarters, Ben.
He briefly led by 2 points at the start of the game, Perth. It's been all Southside. Atwell for 3 in the quarter. Maley, another offensive rebound. Wilson goes to work. It's tapped out of bounds, but deemed off the hands of Annalee Maley. Can the Flyers hang on? Will the Lynx overrun with their high-octane style?
You need to keep moving, Southside. Keep the bodies moving.
4 seconds to shoot. Good pass from Rochi. Hillman hits and has one more to come.
She is pumped about that one. It was a great pass. And strength by Hillman just to finish, the way she used her body.
They used up most of the shot clock there. It pays dividends as Naz Hillman at the free throw line completes the three-point play, and Southside get a little bit of breathing space. Morel sets the screen. She was screaming for it underneath the rack, but Wilson had her back turned. And then Wilson cuts and is rewarded with two.
You'd have to say that Maley and Wilson have done that play before a few times. Well executed.
Kunek. Air ball. Atwell brings it away.
Perth have the opportunity to tie it or even go ahead this possession.
Soa for Atwell. Steps back. Amy Atwell in her natural habitat. Oh my goodness!
That took forever to roll around the rim and go down.
The definition of the lucky roll for Amy Atwell. She hits her third triple of the quarter. She gives Perth back the lead.
1, 2, oh my goodness. It's just rolling right around the rim.
And if you just had a look at the fans in the front row watching, gobsmacked as it rolled in.
Well, they take the lead now with 5:43 left in this game.
We've seen some highlights in round 12 of the WNBL. That'll be right up there, that Amy Atwell triple. Perth have committed 4 fouls this quarter. Flyers 3. Reed loses control. Out of bounds. Big defensive play there from Mila Soa.
Well, Southside have done so well so far. They just have to, you know, take a deep breath, know what's worked for them so far, get some really good stops out there. Try and curb the influence of Allie Wilson. And Soa's certainly stepped into that now. Amy Atwell, I mean, who do you guard? Who do you try and take the three away from?
Amihi steps back onto the floor. Morel did a great job. Allie Wilson from the car park. Couldn't quite get that one to go. Maley with the offensive rebound. Atwell works her way inside. She's come up good in the fourth quarter, Amy Atwell. Tough finish inside. Perth now hold a 3-point lead, and a timeout is called by Christy Harrower.
Well, we know how quickly games can change, and this is such an example of that. We talked about how Perth have such the ability to score, to pile it on quickly, and that is exactly what they've done in this fourth quarter.
Foot Locker is celebrating 50 years of sneakers. Celebrate 50 years and the current hoop season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearest Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. Right, Christy Harrower calls the timeout. What do you want to see from the Flyers, Laurie, out of this timeout?
Well, I think they need to, you know, they need to get the ball into Rochi's hands. Maybe some pick and roll with her and Hillman because they've been really influential. But if nothing's there, keep the ball moving, keep player movement, and at the end of that shot clock, attack. See if you can get yourself to the foul line, because they shoot the foul shot at a good clip. So, and then obviously they need to try and curb the three-point shooting of Perth Lynx, which is much easier said than done. When they get into that confidence mode and that energy, which they did not have the first 3 quarters, they're pretty tough to stop.
Remember, no Bet Cole, no Mickey Vaughan, no Carly Ernst, Nikita Young. Still out with that ankle injury.
Still got a lot of experience on the court, though.
Reed is one of those. Kunek, Hillman, Rochi, 8 to shoot. Trying to link up with Hillman. Great desperation from Ami here to force the jump ball, and possession arrow is with Perth.
Well, they did a good job with Maddie Rochi coming off that high pick and roll. They doubled it or blitzed it, and she had nowhere to pass it to because they were just all over her.
Halfway through this last quarter, Perth have had the ascendancy to date in this fourth quarter, 16-6 in the fourth term. Allie Wilson explodes towards the rack. Tipped away and into the hands of Soa. Wilson, so athletic, couldn't get it to go. Foul is called. Rochi hits the deck. It was a tough contest off the glass there between her and Ami here. She's a little slow to get to her feet. She's barely had any time off the floor tonight. She's just a little ginger on that right shoulder. Back out there though. Just feeling for that right shoulder, as you can see there. Atwell closely guarded by Hillman. 5 to shoot here for Wilson. Oh, from way downtown. And then Soa. It's all part of the grand plan.
I think that was almost like a pass. We'll just bounce it off the rim. Soa's hands. She'll shoot it.
Lynx out to a game-high 5-point lead for them. Hillman calls for movement, but the tired legs are struggling to provide movement. Rochi with an air ball on the three-point attempt. And you sense now Perth are in the box seat. Home fans have found their voice as well, as the players have found the bottom of the net more often in this fourth quarter. Rochi still feeling for that right shoulder. She's guarding Wilson here, but Wilson able to catch. 1 to shoot, have to put it up here. Soa,
No.
Did she get it off?
I think that was a shot clock violation.
So maybe a foul. A foul is called before the shot clock. So Soa's going to be heading to the free throw line. Big moment here because there are a few better free throw shooters in the WNBL than Mila Soa. Goes at 90+% from the charity stripe this season. Hit 3 big triples tonight, as has Wilson and Atwell. Soa is 19 points to her name. And Perth have 20 alone in this fourth quarter. Have they got a few more shots to fire here, Southside? Rock has come into the game. Ami here steals it. And she explodes into the key. Gets the 2 to go. And she will head to the line for one more.
Well, now they look like they're having fun,
Yeah.
Perth and their crowd. This is the way we expected them to play right from the beginning, but to Southside's credit, they really took it at them, but I think they've just purely run out of legs and steam, especially as Perth have just upped the ante on every aspect of the game.
Just even then, as Southside gathered to help their teammate up, it was just they just looked tired. They trailed by as much as 16, the Perth Lynx. Now they lead by 10. 3 minutes to play. Luckridge trying to work her way inside. We'll draw some contact. The Lynx are in the bonus, so they'll be heading to the line here, the Southside Flyers. Rochi taking a seat at the moment, which is why Rock is on the floor. Will be one to watch, maybe having a look at that shoulder.
Yeah, I hope that she hasn't injured that shoulder. They cannot afford any more injuries.
Atwell and Soa eventually link up. Wilson for Maley. Can she join the three-point party? She can't. Bodies collide underneath the rack. Luckridge comes up with it in the end. Oh! Rocket was aggressive towards the rack. Ali Wilson just as aggressive, trying to block that one away. Foul is called.
You know, I was looking at the teams and where they are in the ladder, and we always know that it takes to win a championship or to push towards that grand final, you have to have a little bit of luck.
Yep.
And not as many injuries. And so I was looking at the top teams. So, you know, you look at Perth, and other than Atwell, who came in late,
yes,
and Chibatoni, who missed 1 or 2 games, they've been pretty consistent with their players. And the same thing when you look at Bendigo, who are sitting top of the ladder. Yes, they had to bring in Warung and Griffin, but once they've been set. And so it makes a huge difference. And you look at the teams below them. I mean, Townsville are more set too, and they're the top 3 teams, and everybody else, you look at Sydney, Geelong, Southside, they've all had major injuries.
Atwell pulls the trigger on her 4th triple of the 4th quarter. Coming up big in the 4th term is Amy Atwell. Reed drives and is fouled by Annalee Maley. But particularly at this stage of the season, Laurie, health is your best friend.
Yeah.
And that has certainly been the case for all those top 3 teams to date.
And they're all going to have niggles because it's a you know, a long season. They play 21 games, but it's now for these teams. It's about managing them and recovery and all those important things to make sure you're set when it comes to the finals.
The finals will be here before you know it. Only a few more rounds remaining in this Signet WNBL season. 4th spot still up for grabs.
Still very much up for grabs.
Geelong United with an impressive win over the Sydney Flames last night, able to get their noses in front.
You have to think it's going to be very difficult for Southside. I know before this game they had a mathematical chance, but they will move to 4-12, and I just think that, you know, that's not possible for them to even contest that 4th spot.
Wilson, Maley keeps it inbounds, and then me here had it knocked away from her. So 15 seconds on the shot clock for Perth to work with. 26 points to 10 in this 4th quarter in favour of the Lynx. Soa can't get that one to go. Taya Burrows with the long rebound. Luckridge comes through, almost blocked there by Maley. As time ticks down here at HBF Stadium, almost into the final minute.
Maley has 21 rebounds.
She's been mighty, as has Amy Atwell in this 4th quarter. Maley still on the floor. There's a lot of tired bodies out there right now. 3 to shoot. Maley in the corner. Don't know if she got it off in time.
I don't think so.
They used up every possible second there, the Perth Lynx. But Ryan Petrick will be pleased. It's a funny one if you're a coach, if you're Ryan Petrick. Clearly you're satisfied to get the victory, but is it a victory where you come away half glass full or half glass empty, because it took them a while to get going?
Well, it did, and I don't know whether fatigue played that. They had a tough game against Geelong where they only won by 3 points. Then a tough game against, they didn't come back to Perth, so they were on the road for a while. Had the tough game against Bendigo, then traveled home, and so you never know what goes on in the background. But regardless, every team has that sort of schedule, so you just have to be prepared to fight through it. But he'll be very happy ultimately that they have won this game.
Perth fans on their feet, and rightly so. Their team has lifted, and with them, the fans have lifted their voice as well.
I give full credit to Southside, though. They've made them fight for every point that they've had, and you look and it's still virtually starters out there for Perth, and Southside are so undermanned, so I give them full credit for coming out and playing the way they did.
Letitia Ami here going to the line. She's 2 of 14 from the line tonight. And terrific acquisition for the Perth Lynx. Versatile player. Connects to make it a 10-point game. Southside can have the final say of the game if they like. Hillman has been awesome. She finishes her night with 23 points and 9 rebounds. But Perth turn a 16-point deficit into an 8-point win. But boy, they had to work hard for it. Southside were so brave tonight. But ultimately, Perth came up with a big fourth quarter. Amy Atwell in particular with 4 triples late. Ali Wilson was awesome all game. And they win 86-78. A scoreline maybe a lot of us didn't expect coming into this game. Laurie Chiswick, as you mentioned, a lot of credit must go to the South. Geelong United. Geelong into the top 4, but they're
Ellis driving baseline. What a dive!
Wickham. How sweet was that? Step back three.
Wow.
Taylor George. She's got a flamethrower at the moment.
Shelley with a big triple.
It was acrobatic. It was impressive. It was Steph Talbot.
Jade Mill with the lefty lay-in. Capitals continue to roll. Perth have been unconscious from 3. Alice Koenig connects.
She's pumped up, and so she should be.